Find the truth values of P implies Q and P by implies Q. Can you tell me first one? What is truth value of first statement? Every square is a rectangle. True or false? It is true. It is true. And every rhombus is a kite. If you know rhombus and kite. Every rhombus is a kite. क्या होगा? It is also true, right? It is also true. Rhombus और kite पता होना चाहिए. How? शाबाश चंदा. अरे kite की definition पता है क्या तुम लोग को? What is kite? Two pairs of adjacent sides are congruent. ठीक है. So ये हो गया one pair. ये हो गया another pair. Okay. And longer diagonal is perpendicular bisector of the smaller diagonal. ठीक है. So कोई भी rhombus ले लो, it will satisfy this. कोई भी rhombus ले लो, it will satisfy this, all these properties. So every rhombus is a kite. Is this clear? Kite की definitions याद रखो. Two pairs of adjacent sides are congruent and longer diagonal is perpendicular bisector of the smaller diagonal. Is this clear? Or you want me to write? Okay. So obviously P is Q true, Q is true. So true implies true होगा first one. That is true. And second is true by implies true. That is also true. The correct answer is option D. I hope this is clear. समझाइए? Okay. Next. Third. हर एक क्वेश्चन के पहले नेम ऑफ द चैप्टर क्यों स्पेसिफाई किया है इन्होंने? See this one. Which of the following is not equivalent to P implies Q? अगर टेक्स्ट बुक अच्छे से पढ़ा है तो उन्होंने दिया है कि P implies Q is equivalent to P is sufficient for Q. This is correct. P only if Q. This is also correct. Q only if P. This is wrong. And Q is necessary condition for P. This is correct. So C is not equivalent. ठीक है, अगर नहीं पता है तो ये लिख लो. P implies Q जो है ना, okay, it is, you can write it as P is sufficient for Q भी बोलते हैं इसको. Q is necessary for P. ठीक है. Then P implies Q इसको बोलते हैं. Q follows from P भी बोलते हैं इसको. And the last one is P only if Q. तो ये सब स्पेसिफाई मतलब लिखा हुआ है इसमें, टेक्स्ट बुक में ये है. अगर प्रॉपरली पढ़ा है तुम लोगों ने तो ये याद रखो. Yeah, this is given in textbook. So all these are same as P implies Q. So okay, so Q only if P is actually Q implies P. ठीक है, so this is different. नहीं पता तो ये लिख लो, रेड में जो लिखा है. कंफ्यूज नहीं होना है ना, वही तो मैं बोल रहा हूँ. Okay, P only if Q मतलब P implies Q, and Q only if P मतलब Q implies P. So ये जो है ना, this is Q implies P. That is why it is different. Done? लिख के हो गया. Okay, next, fourth. Fourth देख लो. The negation of for all n belong to natural numbers n plus 6, n plus 7 is greater than 6. ठीक है. तो अगर स्टेटमेंट में फॉर ऑल रहेगा तो निगेशन में क्या होता है, we have to replace for all by there exist at least one, और जो आगे का स्टेटमेंट रहेगा उसको नॉट लिखेंगे. ठीक है. तो इसका निगेशन क्या होगा, द गिवन स्टेटमेंट इज फॉर ऑल n belong to natural numbers n plus 7 is greater than 6. तो इसका निगेशन क्या होगा, there exists at least one x which belongs, sorry, there exists at least one n which belongs to natural numbers such that n plus 7 is not greater than 6, मतलब less than or equal to 6. क्लियर. तो ये याद रखना है तुम लोग, जो याद रखना उसको रेड में लिखना. Someone has raised the hand. Wait. ये इब्राहिम खान. इब्राहिम खान, हाँ बोल इब्राहिम.
सर वो जो बिलोंग्स टू है वो भी नेगेट नहीं होगा. अभी यहाँ पे आपने लिखा स्मॉल एन बिलोंग्स टू ऑफ नेचुरल नंबर, तो वो बिलोंग्स टू को नेगेशन नहीं लगेगा.
नहीं, ये नहीं, ऐसा कुछ भी स्टेटमेंट है मैं लिखता हूँ. फॉर ऑल का मतलब होता है एवरी. ठीक है. सो फॉर ऑल और उसके आगे कुछ भी स्टेटमेंट है. ठीक है. उसके आगे स्टेटमेंट है पी सपोज. ओके. कॉमा क्यू. ठीक है. ये तेरा स्टेटमेंट है सपोज. मैंने जो टेबल में लिखा ना रेड वाले वो एक्सप्लेन कर रहा हूँ. तो उसके निगेशन में हम लोग क्या करते हैं, उसके निगेशन में ये फॉर ऑल विल बी रिप्लेस्ड बाय देयर एग्जिस्ट. तो आगे का जो सेंटेंस है वो ऐसे ही रहेगा स्टेटमेंट. ठीक है. उसके आगे आ जाएगा सच दैट, और नॉट का मतलब होता है जो सेकंड स्टेटमेंट है ना उसका निगेशन लिखना है. ओके. निगेशन ऑफ क्यू. ठीक है. अभी कोई तो पूछ रहा है कि इक्वल टू भी कंसीडर क्यू किया. ठीक है. तो ऑब्वियसली अगर मैं कुछ लिखता हूँ स्टेटमेंट x इज ग्रेटर देन 6, ठीक है, तो उसका निगेशन क्या हो जाएगा, आइदर x इज लेस देन 6 और इट कैन आल्सो बी इक्वल टू 6. ठीक है. तो अगर लेस देन साइन है तो उसके निगेशन में तुम लोग को ग्रेटर देन और इक्वल टू, और अगर ग्रेटर देन साइन है तो उसके निगेशन में आप लोग को लेस देन और इक्वल टू कंसीडर करना ही पड़ेगा. अपोजिट मतलब यू हैव टू कंसीडर ऑल केसेस. ठीक है. सो आई होप ये जो डाउट्स तुम लोग के थे वो क्लियर हो गए. ठीक है. तो ये लिख लो जो रेड में लिखा है वो. डन. तो आंसर क्या था इसका, अच्छा टिक नहीं किया मैंने. There exists at least one x less than or equal to c, right? Or there exists at least one b. Next is fifth. So which of the following statements is contingency? ठीक है. तो इसको either you can prepare a truth table or you can use rules. ठीक है. This is P or Q and not Q. If you use distributive law, it is P and not Q, or Q and not Q. This is P and not Q, or Q or not Q and not Q is contradiction. Anything or contradiction is P and not Q. ठीक है, और ये तुम लोग को पता है कि P and not Q का जो टेबल रहेगा, it will contain true as well as false values, so it is contingency. ठीक है, तो ये देखो, पहला वाला तो चेक करने की जरूरत ही नहीं है। ठीक है, ये देखो, ये इसमें हम लोग रूल्स यूज कर सकते हैं ना, उसको पहले करो। सर जिनमें रूल्स यूज कर सकते हो तो उसमें से पहला किया मैंने, वही मिला। Obviously, this is tautology. P or not P is tautology. Tautology or anything is tautology. Okay, Q or not Q is tautology. Tautology or P is tautology. So ये tautology है, ये tautology. ये ट्राई करो, अगर ये भी नहीं मिलता है तो ये ट्राई करो, इम्प्लीकेशन वाला। ठीक है, इसके लिए पहला ये किया मैंने। ऑब्वियसली इम्प्लीकेशन के लिए तुम लोग को टेबल ही ड्रॉ करना पड़ेगा। तो जो पहले रूल्स से सिंप्लीफाई हो सकते हैं, इफ यू नो रूल्स देन ट्राई दोस फर्स्ट। सो बी ट्राई किया, बी इज द आंसर। नेक्स्ट, ये हो गया 6th। में क्या होगा, बोलो जरा, क्या लिखा है? Two triangles are congruent, then their areas are equal. Okay, contrapositive of inverse, ये भी पता होना चाहिए तुम लोग। अगर कंडीशनल स्टेटमेंट है P implies Q, उसका कॉन्वर्स होता है Q implies P, इनवर्स होता है not P implies not Q, कॉन्ट्रापॉजिटिव होता है not Q implies not P। ठीक है, यहाँ पर पहले क्या पूछा है? कॉन्ट्रापॉजिटिव ऑफ द इनवर्स। इनवर्स मतलब ये हो जाएगा पहले, और उसका कॉन्ट्रापॉजिटिव मतलब Q implies P, राइट? Q implies P मतलब areas are equal, then the triangles are congruent. Option B, right? Is this clear? Next. Seven, देख लो. Which of the following quantified statement is true? Okay, for all, first one is for all x belongs to natural numbers, x square minus 1 is positive. ठीक है, इसमें अगर फर्स्ट नेचुरल नंबर लेते हो 1, ठीक है, so suppose x is 1, then x square minus 1 will be 0, okay, which is not positive. So first one is rejected. Second, x square minus 1 is non-negative, तो ये देखा हमने, 0 is non-negative, ठीक है, so B सही। And it will be true for all, ठीक है, x equal to suppose 5 लेता हूँ मैं, then x square minus 1 will be 24, which is also non-negative, sorry, non-negative. ठीक है, so this is also not negative. So B satisfies all. Right? Next, 8th. एट में देखो क्या लिखा है, y is not p implies q, x is not p or q, then the inverse of x implies y. पहले तो x implies y लिखते हैं, x implies y का ये स्टेटमेंट है, तो उसका इनवर्स क्या होगा, not x implies not y, right? Now put the values. Not x मतलब negation of not p or q, implies not of y will be negation of not p implies q. ठीक है, इसको सिंप्लीफाई करो. If you simplify this is p. ऑप्शंस में भी पहले तो क्या क्या है, p और not q, not p और not q. तो पहले p implies q is not p or q, right? ये यूज करो पहले. a implies b is not a or b. तो ये अगर यहाँ पर यूज करते हो, it will be not p or q or negation of p implies q. Correct? तो इसको सिंप्लीफाई करोगे तो फर्स्ट वन विल बी negation of p or q, or this negation of p implies q is p and not q, right? So this is not p and not q. Reason for this, इसको इधर लिखता हूँ. Negation of a implies b is a and not b, right? So अभी इसको ऐसे ही रखो, negation of p or q this, or you can say this is negation of p or q. ठीक है, तो ये क्या होगा, नॉट p और q फॉर्म में ही है, negation of p or q or not p or q. So p implies q फॉर्म में ही है, p implies q फॉर्म में ही है, because this is p or q implies not p or q. This is C. Done? Complicated है थोड़ा. इसमें ये यूज है, not a or b is equivalent to a implies b. ठीक है, देखो पहले ये जो बोल रहा है शाह, देख ये हमने किया, ठीक है, बट ये किसी भी ऑप्शन में, इसको अगर सिंप्लीफाई करते हैं देन इट इज पी एंड नॉट क्यू, तो वो किसी भी ऑप्शन में नहीं है, ठीक है, तो ये करना ही पड़ेगा ऐसे। दिस इज कॉम्प्लिकेटेड, इंपॉर्टेंट लिखो इसको। ये हो गया, लिख के तो बोल देना। डन, 8th हो गया लिख के। 9th, see 9th, P is the statement that it is cloudy and Q is the statement that it is still raining. The symbolic form of even though it is not cloudy, it is still raining. Even though it is not cloudy, मतलब it is not cloudy but it is raining, you can say. Okay? It is not cloudy but it is raining. But मतलब and. Okay, not cloudy मतलब not P. It is raining is Q. Okay, so not P and Q it should be. Option B. Done. Done. हो गया ये? 10th. Tenth is the negation of the statement pattern is. तो पहले तो स्टेटमेंट क्या है तुम लोग की? स्टेटमेंट इज नॉट पी और Q implies not R. The negation will be negation of this, not P or Q implies not R. That is P and negation of that bracket. This is P and negation of A implies B is A and not B. So A की जगह पर इधर Q है, not B की जगह पर not R. Okay, so first statement will be as it is, and negation of not R is R. Option A. Right? Clear? 11. So the statement is equivalent to. Okay, so you can use laws here. Not P or Q or not P and Q. First bracket में D Morgan's law use करो. Not P and not Q or not P and Q. Okay, now you can take this form. Distributive law. So this is not P and in bracket you will have not Q or Q. Not Q or Q is tautology. Anything and tautology is anything. So option B. Right? Reason for this is De Morgan's law. Reason for this is distributive law. Reason for this is complement law. Reason for this is identity law. Right? Done? क्वेश्चन 8 किसको चाहिए? हाँ ये ले. स्क्रीनशॉट ले लो अगर पीछे है तो स्क्रीनशॉट ले ले. Done? Next is 12th. Which of the following statement pattern is contradiction? Okay, so obviously first इससे ही start करेंगे. And you know this, ये एक दूसरे के negation है, right? You know that negation of P implies Q is P and not Q. तो ये अगर true है तो ये false रहेगा. True and false is false. So first one is contradiction. आगे चेक करने की जरूरत ही नहीं है. S1 is contradiction. तो S1 किसमें? ऑप्शन डी में. ठीक है, because these two are negations of each other. Clear? फर्स्ट वाला रिपीट करो ना, मतलब अरे देखना अभी लिखा ना, बहुत बार लिखा हम लोगों ने कि A implies B. A implies B का जो negation होता है that is A and not B. ठीक है, so अगर A implies B true है तो ये जो है it will be false. ओके okay? तो ये दोनों का अगर इंटरसेक्शन लेते हैं हम लोग एंड लेते हैं then it is false always. False मतलब contradiction. Clear? Next 13. False, fallacy, contradiction एक ही होता है. All false मतलब contradiction, that is fallacy. See, it is given that negation of P and Q implies R is false and the truth values of P, Q, R. ठीक है, so best way to solve is substitute the values. For first option, not P will be not false and Q is true, implies R is false. That is not false is true and true implies false. True and true is true implies false. And you know that true implies false is false. क्या लिखा है उन्होंने? false. So first one is correct. Right? ऑप्शन बी डालो दो. ऑप्शन बी में क्या लिखा है कि देखते हैं ना. ऑप्शन बी में ट्रू, नॉट ट्रू and true implies false. true. Implies false. That is false implies false. That is true. So ये reject हो जाएगा. Right? 13th is done. Next is 14th. The verbal statement of the same meaning of the statement if the grass is green then it rains. Okay, so इसमें ये याद रखो. Conditional statement is always equivalent to its contrapositive and the converse is equivalent to inverse. Okay, so we'll keep this in mind. Okay, conditional statement is always equivalent to its contrapositive. Converse is always equivalent to inverse. Okay, so tell me the answer of this. B, right? Because grass is green को अगर P बोलते हैं हम लोग and it rains in July को Q बोलते हैं. So P implies Q का equivalent statement रहेगा not Q implies not. Means if it is not Q implies not P. If the grass is green को P बोला मैंने, it rains Q बोला. Then the verbal statement of same meaning of the statement is if it is not okay, ये use नहीं हुआ है. Verbal if बीच में और है तो वो वाला यूज करना पड़ेगा. P implies Q is equivalent to not P or Q. ये वाला यूज हुआ है. ठीक है. So not P is not green and implies and or Q is चला. Okay, B है. So ये यूज नहीं हुआ है. लास्ट वाला यूज हुआ है. ठीक है. P implies Q is equivalent to not P or Q. ये यूज हुआ है इस समय. ठीक है. दिस वन. लेकिन वो ऊपर जो लिखा वो भी याद रखो तुम लोग. जो लिखा वो भी याद रखो. क्या पूछा है? 12 this is not contradiction. Which one? क्या बोल रहा है तू? ये is contradiction पूछा मैंने. So ये है. Then Manan Mathur sir, here we have to use P implies Q is equal to not P or Q. Yes, yes, Manan. Done. Next. 15. Fifteenth में negation of the logical statement is. Okay, so the statement is P or not Q implies P and not Q. So A implies B, उसका negation. Negation will be negation of this. P or not Q implies P and not. So this is of the form A implies B. negation will be A and not B. A and negation of second bracket. That is P or not Q, and this will be not P or Q. Option A. Done. फिफ्टींथ हो गया लिख के. Next is 16th. Determinant matrices. Okay. So alpha and beta, two determinants are given, then they want the relation between alpha and beta. ओके सो देखो यहाँ पर एक्स वाई जेड है, यहाँ पर भी है. एक्स स्क्वायर वाई स्क्वायर जेड स्क्वायर नहीं है इधर. ठीक है. सो यू कैन सॉल्व एनी वन. अल्फा को सॉल्व करते हैं. 1x yz 1y zx 1 z xy. ओके, वी नीड xyz. xyz इधर आ जाएगा. ठीक है. फिर मल्टीप्लाई दिस बाय x. फर्स्ट रो को x से, सेकंड को y से, एंड थर्ड को z से मल्टीप्लाई करो. That is r1 is multiplied by x, r2 is multiplied by y, and r3 is multiplied by z. Okay, so determinant will also be multiplied by x, y, z. So x, y, z into alpha is x, x square, x, y, z, y, y square, x, y, z, z, z square, x, y, z. Okay, last column में से x, y, z common ले लो. x, y, z into alpha is x, y, z into determinant of these terms will be as they are. To 1, 1, 1. Right? X, y, z will cut. इनको दो बार इंटरचेंज करोगे तो बीटा मिल जाएगा तुम लोग. राइट. इफ यू इंटरचेंज कॉलम 1 विथ कॉलम 3, you get minus alpha equal to 1, 1, 1 x, y, z x square, y square, z square. And if you interchange one more times c2 and c3, ये साइन फिर से अल्फा हो जाएगी, माइनस की प्लस हो जाएगी. 1, 1, 1 x, y, z x square, y square, z square. That is same as beta. So alpha and beta are equal. Check if you can copy this. Portrait mode में रखा है इसको. ठीक रहा है तो ठीक है, अदरवाइज लैंडस्केप मोड में ही रखता हूँ. देखो, I hope you can copy this properly. विजिबल है ना ये? कॉपी. Sign change, yes. Even if you interchange two rows or two columns, दो rows को interchange करो या दो columns को interchange करो, the sign of the determinant changes. जो भी प्रॉपर्टी हम लोग रो के लिए स्पेसिफाई करते हैं, it is also, you can also apply same property to columns. हो गया लिख के? Next, this was 16. Seventeen. Okay. A is a square matrix Aij such that Aij equal to 0, I is not equal to j, and Aij equal to k where k is constant, then A is called. This is definition of scalar matrix, right? 3 by 3 assume कर लेते. ठीक है, so A 3 by 3 will be, see, I takes values 1, 2, 3, j takes values 1, 2, 3. Okay, so the matrix will be, when I and j are equal, when I and j are equal, the value of the element is k. So I j equal मतलब 1 1 के लिए k, then 2 2 के लिए भी k, and 3 3 के लिए भी k. Okay, and when I and j are not equal, the value of the element is 0. 0 0 0 0 0 0. Such type of matrix is called scalar matrix. Right? हो गया लिख के? कंटिन्यू का DAD. डायगोनल मैट्रिक्स के अगर डायगोनल एलिमेंट्स इक्वल हो जाते हैं देन इट इज स्केलर मैट्रिक्स. ठीक है, डायगोनल मतलब ये कोई भी ऐसा मैट्रिक्स जिसमें नॉन डायगोनल एलिमेंट्स आर 0. अगर डिफरेंट एलिमेंट्स मिलते तो हम लोग डायगोनल बोलते हैं उसको, बट ऑल डायगोनल एलिमेंट्स आर इक्वल, दैट इज व्हाई इट इज अ स्केलर मैट्रिक्स. क्लियर? Next is 18th. E of theta is cos sine minus sine cos, then determinant of E cube theta is, okay, you can use the shortcut here. Determinant of A raised to n is determinant of A the whole raised to n. Okay, so उन्होंने बोला है E theta का cube, okay, that will be same as determinant of E theta the whole cube. Okay, so determinant of E theta is determinant of cos theta sin theta minus sin theta cos theta, the whole cube. This is cos square theta plus sin square theta, the whole cube. That is 1 cube, that is 1. Answer is A. नहीं समझा? ये तो फॉर्मूला है. A रेज टू n जो मैट्रिक्स है उसका डिटर्मिनेंट विल बी सेम एज डिटर्मिनेंट ऑफ A द होल रेज टू n. ठीक है, तो इसमें तो थीटा निकाल देगा, तो कंफ्यूज होता है तो थीटा छोड़ दे इसको. ठीक है, so if I remove theta here, determinant of E cube will be same as determinant of E the whole cube, right? Determinant of E cube is same as determinant of E the whole cube. Determinant of E find किया मैंने. Determinant of E is cos की जगह पर C लिखा है, cos थीटा की जगह पर मैंने C थीटा लिखा है. साइन थीटा क्योंकि टाइम वेस्ट फालतू में वेस्ट नहीं करूंगा. ठीक है, so determinant is cos into cos is cos square, माइनस साइन इंटू माइनस साइन इज माइनस साइन स्क्वायर, और बीच में साइन माइनस होती है तो प्लस साइन स्क्वायर थीटा प्लस कॉस स्क्वायर थीटा इज 1. 1 क्यूब इज 1. Okay? नेक्स्ट. अरे यार, क्यूब इज इनसाइड डिटर्मिनेंट तो हो जाता है ना बाहर. ये क्या लिखा है? एक तो फॉर्मूला क्यों लिखा मैंने? डिटर्मिनेंट के बाहर गया ना वो. डन. 19. A is of order m into n, B is of order p into q. Okay, matrix A is of order m into n and B is of order p into q, and it is given that matrix AB exists. Exist करता है मतलब ये तो सेम होनी चाहिए, right? Number of columns of A should be equal to number of rows of B. Prathamesh, that will be lengthy method. तू जो बोल रहा है ना, first you will find E into E, that will give you E square. Then E square into E will give you E cube, and then find its determinant. That will take more than 2 minutes, obviously. Okay, so use this property. इसमें N and P should be same, that is B. Done. Next. 20. Matrix A satisfying the equation. Yes. Okay, so given equation is A into 1501 is equal to 3 minus 1 6 0. ठीक है, इसको मैं P बोलता हूँ और इसको Q बोलता हूँ. Okay, so the given equation is A. Option से चेक करो मल्टीप्लाई करके तो भी चलेगा. ठीक है, I am using another method. So we want A, so we will be multiplying by P inverse. Post multiplying by P inverse. Okay, so this is A into I is equal to Q into P inverse. Q is 3 minus 160 into P inverse. Okay, ये पता होगा तुम लोग को. If matrix A नहीं कुछ और लिखता हूँ. Suppose matrix X is A B C D. Okay, then X inverse will be 1 upon determinant of A X, that is AD minus BC. Interchange the diagonal elements, change the signs of non-diagonal elements. So by using this shortcut, if I write inverse of P, it will be 1 upon determinant of P is 1. Is 1, 1 minus 5, 0. And when you multiply these two, A into I is A, this is 3. Okay, then 3 into minus 5 is minus 15, minus 1 is minus 16. 6 into 1 is 6. And then 6 into minus 5 is minus 30. So 3 minus 16, 6 minus 30, that is option B. Okay, you can also check by options if you want. क्या लिखा है अथर्व? लास्ट स्टेप लिखना चाहता है क्या तू? वंस अगेन, बाप रे. मल्टीप्लाई किया है इसको. 3 into 1 is 3, minus 1 into 0 is 0. लिखता हूँ तेरे लिए. This is 3 plus 0. ठीक है. Then this is 3 into minus 5 is minus 15. I'll write for you. Minus 1. 6 into 1 is 6 plus 0. This is 6 into minus 5 is minus 30 plus 0. That is 3 minus 16, 6 minus 30. Right? यहाँ पर ये यूज किया. नेक्स्ट हो गया ये लिख के. $21. A is given. I is unit matrix of order 2. And also A square minus K plus 7 equals 0, then K equal to. So A square will be A into A. Okay, that is 3, 1, minus 1, 2 into A. 3, 1, minus 1, 2 minus K into A. So minus K into 3, 1, minus 1, 2 plus 7 into I is 7 into 1, 0, 0, 1 is equal to 0. Matrix is 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay, no need to find all elements. Okay? First element find करो सिर्फ. 3 into 3 is 9, minus 1 is 8, minus 3 into K is 3K, plus 7 into I is 7, equal to 0, and compare. 8 minus 3k plus 7 equal to 0. 3k equal to 15. K equal to 5. Done. First, only one unknown is there, na? So only one element is sufficient. सबका first element find किया तो भी चलेगा. दो unknown रहेंगे, then we need two elements. Next, 22. ये हो गया लिख के ना 21. 22 में देखो क्या लिखा है. The value of a for which the system of equations. Okay, options copy नहीं किया मैंने. The value of a for which the system of equations has non-zero solution. Non-zero solution के लिए determinant should be 0. A non-zero solution implies determinant is 0. So determinant of a cube, a plus 1 the whole cube, a plus 2 the whole cube, a plus 1, a plus 2, 1, 1, 1. Determinant is 0. Okay. So इसको solve करने जाओगे तो it is dangerous, ठीक है? But common sense use करो थोड़ा. If you put a equal to -1, 0 डाल के देखोगे तो ये दो 0 हो जाएगा, but बाकी सब 1 है. ये 1 है, 1 है, ये 8 है, ये 2 है, तो 0 से भी नहीं आएगा. If you put -1, ये दो 0 हो जाएगा. Okay, ये दो 0 हो जाएगा. तो देखो -1 के लिए ट्राई करो. -1, -1, 1. -0, 0, 1. Okay, and then last column should be minus. If you put a equal to -1, this is 1 and this is 1. अभी इसको expand करोगे तो 0 आ. ये देखो first two rows are identical. Okay, when a is -1, first two rows become identical. So it becomes 0. Option C सही है. I will write here R1 is equivalent to R2. Therefore, it is 0. Clear? Next is 23rd. 23rd में you know this property, right? कोई भी एक मैट्रिक्स है, एलिमेंट्स ऑफ फर्स्ट रो आर a11, a12, a13. Corresponding cofactors are capital A11, A12, A13. That will give you determinant of A, if you remember. Here, first row के elements multiplied by corresponding cofactors, and if you add them, you will get determinant of A. And if you consider elements of first row, suppose if you multiply by cofactors of third row or second row, then you will get 0. ठीक है, ये पता होना चाहिए तुम लोग. Properties. Elements of first row multiplied by cofactors of same row, and if you add them, you will get determinant of A. Elements of any row, ये A11 होना चाहिए. Elements of any row multiplied by cofactors of some other row, and if you add them, you will get 0. ठीक है, तो इसमें elements of same row and same cofactors of same row. ठीक है, so you should get determinant of A. The determinant of A is determinant of cos theta sin theta 0 minus sin theta cos theta 0 0 0 1. So if you expand it along third column, 1 ही मिलना है तुमको. Along third row, sorry, ये होगा, right? Expand करते हो तो ये आएगा 1 into cos square theta plus sin square theta, that is 1. Option B. Okay, if you expand it along third row. Done? जो रेड से लिखा है तो प्रॉपर्टीज है और यू हैव टू लर्न. $24. For invertible matrix A into adjoint of A, if you remember the formula, A into adjoint of A is determinant of A into I. Okay. So over here it is given that A into adjoint of A is 10, 0, 0, 10. Okay. If we take 10 common, it is 10 into 1, 0, 0, 1. That is 10I. If you compare, determinant of A is 10. C. Have you finished copying this? Next. 25. दिस इज ए स्क्वायर को ए इंटू ए लिख सकता हूँ मैं, इंटू 5 माइनस 5 इंटू ए इनवर्स, मल्टीप्लाई कर दो, दिस इज ए इंटू ए इनवर्स माइनस 5 ए इनवर्स, दिस is a into I minus 5i, that is a minus 5i. Okay, so matrix A is 1 2 3, shift करता हूँ, 1 2 3 minus 1 1 2 1 2 4 minus 5 into I will be minus 5 0 0 0 5 0 0 0 5. So only diagonal elements will change. minus 4 minus 4 minus 1, बाकी सब same, 2 3 minus 1 2 1 2, option minus 4 2 3 1 1 B. हो गया लिख के? Next, 26. Matrix A is given, then A into adjoint of A. We have written the formula, determinant of A into I, right? So we just have to find determinant of A. Determinant of A will be determinant of 1 plus 2i, I minus I, 1 minus 2i. Okay, so this 1 plus 2i into 1 minus 2i is 1 minus 4i square plus I square. Right, so this is 1 minus 4i square is plus 4 plus I square is minus 1, so this is 4. So you can say A into adjoint of A is determinant of A into I, that is 4i, option C. Done? Next, 27. Is A and B are square matrices of order 3. Then A is 2, B is determinant of A is 2, determinant of B is 4, then determinant of A into adjoint of B. Order 3 बोला मतलब n is equal to 3. Okay, now determinant of PQ is determinant of P into determinant of Q. Okay, so if we use this, determinant of A into adjoint of B will be same as determinant of A into determinant of adjoint of B. So determinant of A is given as 2. Determinant of adjoint of B is determinant of B raised to n minus 1. Okay. Adjoint of P का determinant be determinant of P raised to n minus 1 when n is order. So this is 2 into B, determinant of B is 4 raised to n is 3 minus 1. This is 2 into 16, that is 32. Have you finished copying this? Next, 28. B is inverse of A. Matrix B is inverse of A. Matrix A is given, then B into adjoint of B. So B into adjoint of B is same as determinant of B into I. Okay, now determinant of B will be same as determinant of A inverse into I. Determinant of A inverse is same as 1 upon determinant of A into I. Find determinant of A here. Determinant of A is determinant of 2, 0, minus 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Find determinant of this. It's 2 into 2 minus 2, that is 0. Minus 1 into 2 minus 3. That is 0 minus 1, that is plus 1. So इसमें substitute करो. So B into adjoint of B will be 1 upon determinant of 1. A is 1. So I, option B. Formula यूज हुआ यहाँ पर. Determinant of A inverse is same as 1 upon determinant of A. Done? 29. Matrix A is given, then 6 times determinant of A inverse. So अभी लिखा हमने. First you have to find determinant of A. 1 minus 4 minus 1. 630200. Find determinant of A. You can expand it along third row, ना? इधर expand कर सकते हो क्योंकि बाकी दो 0 है. Right, so this is 2 into 0 minus 3. That is 6. Correct. So 6 times determinant of A inverse will be same as 6 into 1 upon determinant of A. That is 6 into 1 by 6. That is 1. Option C. Done. Next. 30. कोई भी एलिमेंट के साथ कर सकते हैं ना. यस, 11th में तुम लोगों ने पढ़ा है ना कि यू कैन एक्सपांड द डिटरमिनेंट अलोंग एनी रो और एनी कॉलम. बट इफ यू आर नॉट कंफर्टेबल विद दिस, नॉर्मली जैसे एक्सपांड करते हो वैसे करो, आंसर सेम आएगा. A inverse दिया है, then adjoint of A is required. Okay, A inverse is given, adjoint of A is required. So you know formula for A inverse. नहीं, डिटर्मिनेंट सॉल्व करने के लिए कितना टाइम लगेगा यार? 3/3 का हो कैसा भी, 3/3 के डिटर्मिनेंट को कितना टाइम लगेगा? मैक्सिमम 1 मिनट. Right? A inverse is 1 upon determinant of A into adjoint of A. We need adjoint of A. So ऐसे बोल सकता हूँ मैं, adjoint of A is determinant of A into A inverse. So find determinant of A और वो वैल्यू यहाँ पर डाल दो. So determinant of A is determinant of 1, 2, minus 2, minus 1, 3, 0, 0, minus 2, 1. Okay, so what is this? 1 into 3. Minus 2 into minus 1. And minus 2 into 2. So what is this? 3 plus 2 minus 4. That is 1. So ये 1 यहाँ पर. Okay, so you can say adjoint of A is same as A inverse. Option C. किया ना फाइंड ए, पहले करो बाद में करो, क्या फर्क पड़ता है। थ्री बाय थ्री के लिए एडजॉइंट के लिए शॉर्टकट लिखता हूँ, रुक, किसी ना किसी सम में तो आ जाएगा वो, अगर नहीं आया तो मैं लिखता हूँ। नेक्स्ट 31, 31 में a is given then a raised to 4 into a inverse, तो इसको मैं लिख सकता हूँ a cube into a inverse, that is a cube into I, that is a cube. Now since this is diagonal matrix, a cube will be diagonal matrix, ये diagonal matrix है। diagonal elements का cube करना पड़ेगा, that's all. Okay, so that will be same as 2 cube is 8, minus 2 cube is minus 8, minus 1 cube is minus 1, rest all are 0. 8 minus 8 minus 1, option D, right?
of the Monkey Chat podcast is Intelligent Conversations Only, ICO. In today's episode, we're talking about Indian history, but not the boring Indian history you read about in your textbooks. Interesting, value-adding Indian history that will actually make you a very interesting person if you go out for social situations and you bring up these topics. We featured Dr. Radhakrishnan Pillai in today's episode. He's a big mentor to me. He's also one of the smartest human beings I've ever met in my life. He's one of the most well-read Indians you'll ever come across. Trust me, in this episode, it's only unadulterated information, not like your boring history textbooks, but in a fun Monkey Chat Episode 2 podcast. Let's go. Crazy stories from Indian history. If you want to learn history in a much more fun way, we've got the person for you, Dr. Radhakrishnan Pillai, sir. Sir, you're a mentor to me, but more than that, you're a very interesting kind of, I would like to call you a brother figure in my life. And whenever we meet, we talk about some very crazy stories of Indian history that we're not taught in textbooks.
Sure.
So whenever is the truth.
So let us look at it this way. To start with the word Aryan. So when you speak about the word Aryan, it has been used in the world history, not only in India. In Germany also they use this word Aryan, and they say what is an Aryan? It's a noble race. That's how the whole thing starts. But if you look at Sanskrit, I've been very fortunate to actually study Sanskrit. The word Aryan comes from the word Arya, which means a noble person. So when you say the Aryan, it's not just a race, it's also quality of a person. So if you look at Mahabharata, the book, which is much more beyond, for thousands of years, maybe 5,000 years, the word Aryan comes very common over there. So when somebody is addressing saying that, sir, madam, gentleman in our generation, we are saying, oh, Arya. So this Aryan word, first of all, as a word, is very common in Indian culture. Now coming back, if you look at the world history, there were movements of power politics.
Okay.
Where, what we call in India casteism, across the world you find the word racism, the race theory across the globe. So you want to say for the Britain world or the Western world, race became a very important point. If you look at world wars also, it's about race, the Aryan theory. And if you look at Hitler, the German culture. So prominently, this whole theory of Aryan invasion is something that somebody best came from there. And I just told you,
someone wrote in our history books, ऐसे
हुआ था, but there is only one side to it. So I think the Western world talks about the historical fact that we came to civilize you. So the Britishers came and we were a backward kind of a Stone Age, and they came and maybe made us more human beings, but that's not true.
So, but then the backup that Westerners have for this Aryan theory is that if you actually see genetic profiles of North Indians, and then if you compare them to people in Central Asia, like Uzbekistan, or Central Europe, like Ukraine, there are some matches, DNA matches. Now, what I read from my historical studies, reading autobiography of a yogi, books like that, actual Indian spiritual books, they say that Indian culture was so advanced compared to the rest of the world, say 15-20,000 years back, that people actually left India and went and settled in Ukraine, went and took our culture to Central Europe. That's how you see the match of DNA.
Yes, true.
And this is something that all our Indian spiritual books strongly believe in. So what is your take on this Aryan theory finally? Was there actually a tribe that came to India, conquered the Dravidians, drove them out of the Indus Valley civilization? Did that actually happen?
Yeah, so I think you spoke about it very rightly, that if you look at India geographically, there's a big division in the center, the Vindhyachal Mountains, the Maharashtra and below, and the Maharashtra and above. It was not very easy to conquer Maharashtra and below because of the mountainous regions, and south was comparatively protected. It's not that we did not have inventions in the south, but if you look at the north, once they cross the Punjab, and there's a lot of these foreign people who directly came in. But after Maharashtra, we had a lot of resistance thanks to the Maratha culture and those things. And deep south, they kept the culture very intact. The temples, the monuments, they were still very protected. So the one theory that goes, as you rightly pointed out, is the Dravidians and the Aryans. So if you divide India into half, then the people above are Aryans, so they're very white in color, and they have a different way of body structure.
Caucasian features.
The Caucasian features. And deep within south, it's all about being dark-skinned. It's not true. I think if you look at the South Indian Brahmins, they also are having Caucasian features. If you look at Maharashtrians, many of them have blue-colored eyes. So where does the whole thing come from? So I say, don't look at the past, look at saying that there's always been mix and matches. In fact, I have seen people in North being very dark. And it doesn't mean that they're not North Indians. So I think what is interesting is to look at the differences, but maturity says that as you look at the differences, you start seeing commonalities.
I actually want to bring you to the next core topic, which is wars in India. And we had this beautiful conversation about wars. Something that's not spoken enough about wars. In our medieval times, by Chanakya himself, there was some dark magic and occult used in the war.
Yes.
So you actually read up a lot about occult. And for those of you who don't know the meaning of occult is basically like, I think the Hindi word for it would be something like Kala Jadoo, am I correct? Or dark things, ghosts, demons, things like that, witches, all that's included in occult. So what is this element of Chanakya using occult to defeat his enemies? Can you just break it down?
Absolutely. So let me tell you, occult and what you call black magic and things like that, otherworldly practices, is used across the globe.
Like voodoo in Africa and all that.
Absolutely. And if you look at even Harry Potter's or many of these modern things, you have the concept of witches. And there's a lady who will do some magic. So please understand this, that what is occult from an Indian perspective? See, you rightly put it, there is a darker side to it which is not generally spoken about, Kala Jadoo and all those things. Now what happens is that if you look at things that are known and things that are unknown, and typically what happens is that when you are not able to find success in the known methods, you try to look at unknown methods. And that's where, slowly from faith in God, you start even worshipping the devils. So there are, people who pray to bhoot, pray, and, get things in place.
Jhadu ke saath with a skull.
It still happens, and there are a lot of systems which promotes Kala Jadoo. I'm very careful about this whole thing because once you get into that, it's a mental trap. So let me also give the other side before I tell you about Chanakya and the wars. And that as there is black magic, there is also white magic. Not many people have heard about what is white magic, right? So what is black magic, the darker side of it? But white magic is actually healing you through the right methods. So invite the otherworldly people. So the people who invite the demons and the devils are the occult, but the people who invoke the devatas, they are also using it. So at the very superficial level, if you look at two people fighting or two kingdoms fighting, it's generally known as the military war.
Okay.
Where we have people who are having the army with soldiers, elephants, better weapons. But as things become bigger, it becomes subtler.
Okay.
So he said, okay, he's got this, so can I use Samadhana Dandaveda? So what happens at one particular point of time, Chanakya also realized that we need to use the otherworldly practices. I'm not here to recommend that, but the reality is that it is practiced even today to some extent.
So but what was the practice? Like exactly kya hota tha?
Okay, so if you read the Arthashastra, this is actually mentioned in detail. So what they will do is that, like if you look at the positive part of it, so today we do yajna, havan, so we call the priest, and then we put certain ahutis in it, and and then we invoke the god and saying that, oh God, give me this particular thing.
You're bringing positive energy into a place.
Positive. So if you look at the other side of it, you actually invoke the darker gurus, the darker devatas, and the ahutis would be sacrifice, the animal sacrifice, and then you get all the. So everything is mentioned in detail, and you look at it a little bit negatively. I said, okay, this Veda practice is not practiced by Chanakya, but even the people before it. So if you look at, there were many gurus. Some gurus actually promoted it in a big way. Like we have Brahaspati and Shukracharya. So one is the devata of the gods, and the other is the devata of the demons. So they will use all this occult practice. Chanakya mentions and said, okay, let us try this and not try this. So what is interesting, it goes into even finding out certain parts of maybe an animal.
Secrets of like the enemy.
Absolutely. So they practice it, they use it, there's witchcraft involved and things like that. So what happens, in those days, everything is fair in love and war. So they use many techniques, including the occult.
But so what was the result of the occult on the enemy? Like they used to fall ill, they used to get demoralized. Like kya hota tha?
So there are three levels of occult. One is at the physical level, the second is at the mental level, and the third is at the intellectual or spiritual level, I would say. At the physical level, a person actually, what we call in today's generation probably, what is that? Biochemicals.
Got it.
So
chemicals of warfare.
Warfare, exactly. Yeah. So, you just pollute a complete river.
Yeah.
And then everybody drinks it and everybody dies. So that's the very physical aspect of it. At the mental level, what happens, wo jadoo toona karke kar dete hain. The whole people lose their mental balance. The whole society goes crazy. At the intellectual level, you confuse them. Yeah. So, what do you say, that you send a wrong message and people start believing it. Yeah. So what's interesting is that finally, in the game of war, you try various techniques. And the world history, not only in India, it's all about, getting to the winning side come what may. So in the Western philosophy, Greek philosophy specifically, you have the Trojan horse. Have you heard about the Trojan horse? Yeah. So you send a whole horse as a gift and finally the people come out of it and kill the enemy. Yeah. So Trojan horse, as they call it. And so what is all this? Trying to use the negative practices to win over the enemy.
Okay, got it. So basically, Shanapan and and little bit. I'm sure there's deeper stuff. There's also mental and spiritual trauma.
Let me also tell you, you have to be very, very physically, mentally, and intellectually strong to understand this. Because if you use this can actually rebound on you.
Like karma, it can hit you back.
Exactly. So if you misuse it, you can be the one get affected. Let me tell you, I know of a person, and really know of a particular person who used to do all these things, and it was very shocking for me. Yeah. And they said, I never ever promoted. What happened? Because my father actually got impacted by that. Oh, wow. His father went crazy. So a person who knew the science and he studied it, a lot of witchcraft and all those things, he said, no, I stopped it because I realized when I was trying to use it to somebody, it actually came to my family. So be very careful. It can rebound, and what you want to destroy somebody else can actually destroy you. Be very careful.
So I think actually this is a very deep topic, and we'll touch upon this in another whole podcast. Right now, let's move on to the next great Indian conspiracy. So as you know, I'm a huge fan and a huge follower of YSS, which is the Yoganand Satsang Society, which is originally founded by Mr. Yoganand Paramahansa, who's also my yoga guru. His book Autobiography of a Yogi has influenced me a lot. It's influenced Virat Kohli a lot. It's influenced Steve Jobs a lot. And really, I feel like that book has all the answers you could ever have in life.
Yes. If you have not read the book, make sure you do.
Was that if you actually study the history of Jesus Christ, so I think he was born around Israel, like he was born Jerusalem, and that was his general area, Israel, Palestine. So there's a track record of him till the point where he's a teenager, and then directly we jump to the point where he's 30 years and above. And there's one whole period in the middle where no one knows where he went, what he did, and there's no track record of that. Now, according to ancient Indian books, according to yogic sciences, they talk about Jesus Christ, and they say that he actually spent a lot of time in India learning something called Kriya Yoga, which is also the main kind of teaching of the YSS, the main teaching of the Autobiography of a Yogi. So to give the viewers some kind of a introduction to Kriya Yoga. This is a whole podcast topic by itself, but it's basically a very advanced form of yoga. Now, when normally people think of yoga, they think of all those asanas and bending your body in different ways. But yoga has a lot to do with your mind also. You can bend your mind in different ways. You can work with your soul in different ways. And Kriya Yoga involves your mind and your soul a lot, as much as it does your body. The result of this is that you get a lot of spiritual progress. Like by doing your Kriya Yoga, you advance a lot spiritually.
Yes.
Which leads to actually, on a biological level, brain development. It adds a lot of capacity to your brain. When they say, oh, your human mind only uses 7 to 8% of its total capacity.
Yes.
An activity like Kriya Yoga unlocks the remaining 92%, the remaining 90% of it. And that's what they say Jesus Christ did for 12 years. He went to the Himalayas. He got trained by the local Kriya yogis and then took that knowledge out west. And if you actually go and see the origins of any kind of religion in the world, it always somehow begins with something related to yoga. I'm not saying related to Hinduism or India, just related to yoga as a concept. Manipulating the human body, manipulating the human mind to achieve your maximum potential. Now, Kriya Yoga was lost both in India and by the West over time because people stopped practicing it. But it's arising again. People are getting more aware about it in the times we live in. So my question to you is, have you heard the story of Jesus, and what do you have to say about this whole so-called conspiracy theory?
Yes, of course, I heard about this, and a lot of people have written about it. There are fictional novels about it and historical references also about it. And as you rightly pointed out, if you read autobiography of a yogi, you do get references of it. Now, I'm not a scholar on the subject, but I wouldn't be against this particular theory, saying that Jesus never came to India. I'll tell you, logically, for me, it looks that anybody who has served the world directly, indirectly, is a spiritual person. And whichever part of the world you are in. And India has been the center of spirituality for the whole world, for human history. So whether he physically came or no could be debatable, but the fact is that I'm sure whichever era, whoever a great master lived, he or she has got influenced by India. And let me come very specific, the Himalayas. See, what has happened about this particular great country is that it's almost like a spiritual center. Now let's say I have this particular hall and I want to charge a mobile. I'm going to use the mobile, but there'll be some particular point in where I have to go charge it. So India has always been the spiritual charging point of all spiritual gurus. So directly, indirectly, I know that this theory could be true because he must have come here. And I read somewhere, I don't remember what the reference is, that he actually went to a particular place in Kashmir, and there is a particular place where a name is equal to Jesus, and there are some books written on it. Coming back, what is the essence of it? The essence, whether he came or no, is one part of it. But is Jesus respected as a great saint? Yes. And if you look at his theories, they're very much close to what we Indians believed in, the theory of non-violence. So if you look at the parallels, he was a great saint who believed, whatever be thy will be done. That's exactly what we believe in India. In our country, saying that you do your best and leave the rest. So what happens is that you may do everything, but at the end of it, finally, it's about giving up to something higher. The other thing I definitely believe in is that, the impact that Jesus created is among very few people in this world would have done. Swami Vivekananda speaks about Jesus and the impact that he had globally. So I think, irrespective of whether you follow a religion or no, they are some of the greatest masters of the world. And if you study their life and you come and say,
The sum of cofactors of the elements of second row of the matrix. Second row matlab ye. So we'll find M21. You can solve this. M22, M23. M21 is 3221. That is -1. So A21 is +1. M22 is 1251. Is -9, right? A22 is -9. 23 is 1352. This 2 minus 15 is -13. This implies A23 is +13. And then sum of these. 13 plus 1 is 14 minus 9, that is 5. B. Done? $36 हो गया लिख के 37 37th में A is given, A inverse is given. Find the values of alpha and beta. Okay, so you know that A into A inverse is equal to I. Okay. A is say into A inverse is equal to I. तो फर्स्ट रो को फर्स्ट कॉलम के साथ मल्टीप्लाई करो, ये इधर क्यों पेस्ट हुआ? You'll get 2 into 3, that is 6. 0 into alpha is 0 minus beta is equal to 1. Yes, so इसको इक्वेट करोगे तो बीटा मिल जाएगा तुम लोग को. एंड से वन मोर, सेकेंड वाले को कर दो. 5 into 3 is 15 plus 1 into alpha is alpha is 0. So 15 plus alpha is 0 implies alpha equal to minus 15. 6 minus beta is 1 implies beta equal to 5. Minus 15 5, that is option B. बाकी के एलिमेंट्स फाइंड करने की जरूरत नहीं है. ओके, नाउ नेक्स्ट. किसी ने तो पूछा था कि एडजॉइंट ऑफ 3x3 मैट्रिक्स. ठीक है, सो सपोज इसमें ये याद रखना है तुम लोग को. एडजॉइंट ऑफ ए विल बी, ये पता भी होगा तुम लोग को, प्लस 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 माइनस 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 माइनस. Okay, and then you have to interchange these. ठीक है, इसको सम में एक्सप्लेन करता हूँ. फिलहाल सिर्फ लिख लो तुम. कौन सा करना है हम लोग को अभी? ये कौन सा था? 37 is done. 38. See, the element in third row and first column. ठीक है, पहले तो इसका मतलब क्या होता है? Plus sign indicates that you should not change the sign of these terms. तब जो minor find करोगे ना, वो as it is लिखोगे इसमें, यहाँ पर प्लस है और जहाँ पर माइनस लिखा है वहां पर माइनर की साइन चेंज करनी है. एंड एरो इंडिकेट्स दैट यू हैव टू चेंज द पोजीशन. मतलब ये एलिमेंट का माइनर फाइंड करके उसकी साइन चेंज करके इधर लिखना. ओके, ये एलिमेंट का माइनर फाइंड करके बिना उसकी साइन चेंज किए उसको इधर लिखना है, लाइक दिस. ठीक है, तो पहले तो इन्होंने एडजॉइंट नहीं पूछा, क्या पूछा? द एलिमेंट इन थर्ड रो एंड फर्स्ट कॉलम ऑफ द इनवर्स ऑफ द मैट्रिक्स. इनवर्स के लिए पहले डिटर्मिनेंट फाइंड करना होगा तुम लोग. सो फर्स्ट विल फाइंड डिटर्मिनेंट ऑफ ए, दैट इज -1 into 0 - 1 plus 3 into 0 plus 2 plus 2 into 3 - 6. This is 1 plus 6. 3 minus 6 is -3 into -6, that is 1. Okay, so determinant is 1. Now we will use shortcut. A inverse is 1 upon determinant of A into adjoint of A. Determinant of A तो 1 मिला है हम लोग को. Now adjoint of A, देखो अभी क्या चाहिए हम लोग को? The element in third row and first column. So ये चाहिए, the element in third row and first column. So this is required. उसको box कर रहा हूँ. Okay. So for that you will have to find minor of this element and without changing its sign you will write it here. देखो इधर minor of this element and without changing its sign you will write it here. Okay, so minor of, I will write this. This element should be minor of 1 3. Okay, so find minor of 1 3. Minor 1 3 will be -3 3 2 minus 1. Okay, what is that? 3 minus 6, that is -3. Okay, so this element should be -3. That is option D. Is this clear? पॉजिटिव ही तो एलिमेंट लिया हमने, अब एक निगेटिव एलिमेंट फाइंड करते हैं. सपोज मुझे ये एलिमेंट चाहिए, मैं उसको ब्लू से लिखता हूँ. सपोज आई वांट दिस एलिमेंट. तुम लोग ही बताओगे क्या होगा, ये देख के बोलो. पहले ये देख के बोलो. कोई भी एक अभी एक्स्ट्रा ले रहा हूँ मैं, देखो ना. सपोज ये एलिमेंट चाहिए, देन इट विल बी माइनर ऑफ दिस बाय चेंजिंग इट्स साइन. तो ये एलिमेंट कौन सा है? 2 3. ठीक है, माइनर ऑफ दिस एलिमेंट बाय चेंजिंग इट्स साइन विल बी -m23. so this will be -m23. करेक्ट. अभी कौन बोल रहा था? और एक लेते हैं, ये जो बोला है किसने? अवनिश पिल्ले. सेकेंड पोजीशन ऑफ कॉलम 1. सेकेंड पोजीशन ऑफ कॉलम मतलब 2 2, m22 ना. so that will be same as m22. उसको रेड से लिखता हूँ. this will be m22 without changing its sign. Is this clear? So I'm not finding it, just example दे दिया. ठीक है, so ये याद रखो for 3/3 and it will give you adjoint, not inverse. Inverse के लिए you have to multiply by 1 upon determinant of it. Clear? 38 is done. 39 straight line. Okay. In 39, P1 and P2 are lengths of perpendiculars from origin to the line. Okay, now length of perpendicular from origin to the line क्या होता है? C divided by A square plus B square under root, right? This is length of perpendicular from origin to the line. If the line is AX plus BY plus C equal to 0, obviously. Okay. So first line is, I will write it as sine theta into x plus cos theta into y minus phi cos 2 theta equal to 0. So ये A है, ये B है और ये C है first line. So P1 will be minus phi cos 2 theta divided by sin square theta plus cos square theta under root. This is P1. Okay. P1 square will be 25 cos square 2 theta. Denominator is 1. Okay. Similarly, second line is cosec theta into x plus sec theta into y minus phi equal to 0. So यहाँ पर ये A है, B है, this is C. P2 will be minus phi divided by cosec square theta plus sec square theta under root in mod. Okay, so this is minus phi divided by cosec square को मैं लिख सकता हूँ 1 upon sin square. Sec square is 1 upon cos square under root in mod. Okay, so P2 square will be, this is square से पहले P2 find करो. This is phi. If you take LCM, this will be sin theta cos theta divided by sin square theta plus cos square theta under root in mod. Okay, now we need 4 P2 square. So पहले P2 का square करो. P2 square will be 25 sin square theta cos square theta. So 4 P2 square will be 25 into 4 sin square theta cos square theta. 25 into 2 sin theta cos theta the whole square, that is 25 sin square 2 theta. So if you add P1 square plus 4 P2 square will be 25 cos square 2 theta plus 25 sin square 2 theta. That is 25 into 1. That is 25. Option A. लिखो. Has everyone finished copying this? Thirty-nine is done. Next, Question 40. Simple है ये. The Cartesian coordinates of the point whose polar coordinates are. So r is half and theta is 120. So x is r cos theta, that is half into cos 120. Cos 120 is minus half. Okay. 120 मतलब ऑब्वियसली सेकंड क्वाड्रेंट ना, डायरेक्ट भी लिख सकते हैं, ये जरूरत ही नहीं, सेकंड क्वाड्रेंट में एक ही पॉइंट है इधर सी. तो सॉल्व करने की जरूरत भी नहीं है एक्चुअली. Done. Next is 41. जय यार, तो क्या करता है, जय को बताओ रे, सॉल्व क्यों नहीं किया मैंने. क्वाड्रेंट देखना जय, दिस इज थर्ड, दिस इज फर्स्ट, दिस इज सेकेंड एंड दिस इज फोर्थ. तो एक ही आएगा ना. The equations of the lines which make intercepts on the axis whose sum is 8 and product is 15. Sum is 8, product 15. डायरेक्ट भी कर सकते हैं तुम लोग. देखो फर्स्ट ऑप्शन जो है, तो इसमें देख लो कि x इंटरसेप्ट क्या है, y इंटरसेप्ट क्या है. ट्राई टू सॉल्व. फर्स्ट ऑप्शन अगर देखते हो तो लाइन का x इंटरसेप्ट क्या है उसमें, -c/a. देखो ऑप्शन ए के लिए x intercept, I will write it as, okay, x intercept. X intercept is -c/a, that is -5 for first line, and y intercept is -c/b, that is 3. So product is -15. So rejected. Option B देखो, B में फर्स्ट लाइन के लिए x intercept is -15 by -3, sorry, -c/a, 15/3, that is 5. Y intercept is -15, minus of -15, that is +15 by 5, that is 3. You can say sum is 8, product is 15. और second line के लिए भी, this is for L1. For second line is 5x plus 3y minus 15. Obviously इसमें भी रहेगा, देखो. X intercept is 15/5, that is 3. Y intercept is 15/3, that is 5. The same. Sum is 8, product is 15. So option B. Done. Next is 42. Polar coordinates of the points used Cartesian coordinates are -2 मतलब third quadrant. Okay, angle से decide करो. First one is second quadrant, right? 3 pi by 4. Pi by 4 is first quadrant. 5 pi by 4 is third quadrant. 7 pi by 4. 7 pi by 6 किधर आता है? Is also is second quadrant, right? Third quadrant. ठीक है, so we'll have to solve. X is -2. Y is -2. Implies R is x square plus y square under root, that is 2 root. Theta is third quadrant में है तो 180 plus tan inverse of modulus of y by x. So 180 मतलब pi. Pi plus tan inverse of -2 divided by -2 in mod. Pi plus pi by 4. That is 5 pi by 4. Option C. थीटा कैसे मिला? कॉम्प्लेक्स नंबर्स 11th स्टैंडर्ड. देखो लिख देता हूं मैं तेरे लिए. Quadrant theta. If first quadrant, then theta is tan inverse of modulus of 5x. Second quadrant में pi minus tan inverse of modulus of 5x. Third में it is pi plus tan inverse of 5x. Fourth it is 2 pi minus tan inverse of 5x. So ये लिख ले. ये ट्रिगो में भी था ना अपने, अभी जो था तुम लोग का थर्ड चैप्टर मैथ्स 1 का, उसमें भी था. और 11th में कॉम्प्लेक्स नंबर अगर पढ़ा होगा तो उसमें भी था. Then next is 43. The acute angle included between the lines. Okay, so slope of first line is minus a by v. So minus sine theta divided by cos theta is minus tan theta. And slope of second line is minus sine alpha upon minus cos alpha, that is minus tan alpha. Okay, acute angle बोला है, so tan theta is acute angle हम लोग assume करके चलते हैं बीटा is modulus of m1 minus m2. This is plus, yes, शाबाश. दोनों भी प्लस आएगा ना, दोनों प्लस आएगा. माइनस cosine थीटा अपॉन माइनस cos थीटा, दिस इज माइनस sin अल्फा अपॉन माइनस, दोनों प्लस आएगा, राइट. So use the formula and get the answer. ना तो सिंपल है ये. This is tan theta minus tan alpha divided by 1 plus tan theta tan alpha. Okay, there is tan of theta minus alpha. ठीक है. So obviously beta will be theta minus alpha. मॉड कंसीडर करो न मत कंसीडर करो, कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा यहाँ पर, क्योंकि थीटा माइनस अल्फा एक में ही है. अगर यहाँ पर अल्फा माइनस थीटा और यहाँ पर थीटा माइनस अल्फा ऐसे कुछ होता तो मॉड से कुछ डिफरेंस होता था, अभी कुछ नहीं है. acute angle. Done. 44. ABCD is a parallelogram. P is the point midpoint of AB. R is the point of intersection of AC and DP. Then R divides AC internally in the ratio. Okay, locus. ABCD is a parallelogram. P is the midpoint of AB. Okay. R is point of intersection of AC and DP. Okay, then R divides AC internally in the ratio. ये similar sum I think तुम लोग को टेक्स्ट बुक में था, जिसमें और एक मिड पॉइंट दिया था, इफ यू रिमेम्बर. सपोज ये पॉइंट Q मिड पॉइंट है DC का. इफ यू जॉइन दिस, और ये सपोज पॉइंट S बोलता हूँ इसको. देन कैन आई से दीज थ्री आर इक्वल. अगर ये x है तो ये भी x रहेगा, ये भी x रहेगा. ठीक है. सो रेशियो क्या पूछा है उन्होंने? R divides AC. R divides AC in the ratio 1:2 आ गई है, राइट. और ये इक्वल क्यों है, इसके लिए यू नो दैट थ्योरम, बेसिक प्रोपोर्शनलिटी थ्योरम. If you consider this triangle, these two are parallel. Okay, so these two are AP upon PB is same as AR upon RS. Okay, so these two are equal, so AR and RS are equal. Similarly, दूसरा ट्राइंगल अगर कंसीडर करते हो, ये वाला, इसमें बेसिक प्रोपोर्शनलिटी थ्योरम यूज करो. These two are equal, so these two must be equal. ठीक है, तो ये तीनों इक्वल है. ठीक है, so this ratio has to be 1:2. Is this clear? अल्टरनेट मेथड ये हो गया बेसिक प्रोपोर्शनलिटी थ्योरम. आंसर इज AC ना. R divides AC 1:2. ये याद रखो, ये सब जो है ना रेशो, ये R AR is to RC is 1:2 और ये PR upon RD is also 1:2. ये याद रखो. This QS upon SB is also 1:2. ये है क्वेश्चन टेक्स्ट बुक में. I don't remember the exercise, but I think miscellaneous में. ये सब जो रेशो है ना, मतलब ये पॉइंट RS will trisect AC and R and S will also trisect DP and DQ. Trisect का मतलब होता है dividing in the ratio 1:2 और 2:1. हाँ, पॉइंट S is not given, वही तो मैं बोल रहा हूँ. दिस इज कंस्ट्रक्शन. ठीक है भाई, मैं डॉटेड लाइन. दिस इज कंस्ट्रक्शन कि मिड पॉइंट ऑफ Q को, मिड पॉइंट ऑफ DC को B के साथ ज्वाइन करना है. इस कंस्ट्रक्शन. 11 का मैथ्स ऑब्वियसली रिवाइज करना होगा यार. क्योंकि सम देख के तुम लोग बोल नहीं सकते हो कि कौन से चैप्टर से. अभी ये लोकस के में से है. ठीक है, इंटीग्रेशन में कोई सम आएगा जिसमें लिमिट ऑफ सम यूज होगा तो उसमें लिमिट्स भी आएगा, सीक्वेंस एंड सीरीज भी आएगा. एप्लीकेशंस ऑफ इंटीग्रेशन में कोई एरिया का सम रहेगा तो उसमें पैराबोला, एलिप्स, हाइपरबोला आ सकता है, सर्कल आ सकता है. सो यू नीड एवरीथिंग. डन. 44 45. तो ये पहले अभी जो सम किया था वो तो 10th स्टैंडर्ड की ज्योमेट्री से है, बेसिक प्रोपोर्शनलिटी थ्योरम, और यू कैन से मिड पॉइंट थ्योरम ऑफ द ट्रायंगल. Equation of circle concentric with the circle and touching y-axis. Okay, concentric circles में same center different radii. ठीक है, सेंटर के लिए क्या करते हैं हम लोग? Okay, for center we divide this by -2. इन दोनों को -2 करो. So that will give you center. -6 upon -2 is 3. -4 upon -2 is 2. Okay. And you know that these are the values of -G and -F. और C की जो वैल्यू है it is -12. Okay. So radius is G square plus F square minus C under root. So G square is 9 plus F square is 4 minus of minus 12 is plus 12 under root, that is 5. So center radius form. X minus 3 the whole square plus y minus 2 the whole square equal to 25. X square plus y square minus 6x minus 4y, 9 plus 4 13 minus 25 minus 12 equals 0. गड़बड़ हुआ क्या इसमें कुछ? टचिंग y एक्सिस, सॉरी, रेडियस इसी सर्कल का मिला है, मैं कुछ भी कर रहा हूँ. टचिंग y एक्सिस, दिस इज रिक्वायर्ड सर्कल, इसका सेंटर 3 2 है एंड इट टचेस y एक्सिस. मैंने गलती से गिवन सर्कल का ही रेडियस फाइंड किया. Okay, so since it touches y axis, its radius will be same as x coordinate of the center. Okay, so radius of required circle is 3. So the equation is x minus 3 the whole square plus y minus 2 the whole square equal to 3 square. X square plus y square minus 6x minus 4y plus 4 equal to 0. Plus 4 equal to 0, that is D. एक्स एक्सिस ड्रॉ करने की जरूरत नहीं है, ठीक है. Even this C is not required. Done? Done? $46. देखो. The intercept on the line y equal to x by the circle is AB, and the equation of circle with AB as diameter is. Okay. So पहले तो y equal to x पे ये circle जो intercept करता है, you'll have to solve those two simultaneously. If you put y equal to x here, you'll get x square plus x square minus 2x equal to 0. This 2x square minus 2x is 0. Okay, so this will give you x is 0, x is 1. So y is 0 and y is 1. So the points are, say, A 0 0 and B 1 1. An equation of circle having AB as diameter, so we'll use diameter form. X minus 0, x minus 1, y minus 0, y minus 1 equal to 0. That is x square plus y square minus x minus y equal to 0. A. Done? हाँ, diameter form है. X minus x1, x minus x2 plus y minus y1, y minus y2 is equal to 0. Next is 47. में क्या चाहिए उनको? parametric equations. Parametric equations of circle are x is equal to h plus a cos theta and y equal to k plus a sin theta. Okay, so first equation of circle लिख रहा हूँ. Okay, so c is -3. इन दोनों को -2 से डिवाइड करो, we'll get center. 3 minus 2, and this is g minus g minus f. Okay. The radius will be g square plus f square minus c under root. Okay, so now 9 plus 7, 16 under root is 4. So we got radius को r या a लिख सकते हो. And these are same as hk. Center is either minus g minus f or hk. So this is 3 plus 4 cos theta. And y is -2 plus 4 sin theta. 3 plus 4 and -2 plus 4, option B. हाँ 3 - 2 एक ही ऑप्शन में है, वो भी बोल सकते हो। बी डायरेक्ट आ जाएगा, रेडियस फाइंड नहीं किया तो भी चलता था। 3 - 2 सिर्फ इसी में, ठीक है। So it will save your time. 48. तो standard circle है, right? This is of the form x equal to a cos theta, and this is of the form y equal to a sin theta, where a is 6. इक्वेशन होता है सर्कल का x स्क्वायर, स्टैंडर्ड सर्कल का x स्क्वायर प्लस y स्क्वायर इक्वल टू a स्क्वायर, दैट इज 36. ऑप्शन डी।